Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I have got a brand new collection of Dazzle stickers for you. These are brand new, and let me take you through them really quick. We've got this really sweet little Tea for Two set. We've got a set that's like a foggy forest with our great little animals. And then this whole collection of stems and flowers. I'm going to show you a technique to do with those. And these sweet little bugs, you've got ladybugs and bees, and a beautiful collection of butterflies. So I'm going to show you something to do with all of these today, as well as a collection of never before seen Dazzle stickers too. So come back and play with us. So for this first card, this is a 5 by 6.5 inch blank card that I then covered with paper from Hydrangea Heaven, and this is 6 by 6 paper. And you can see here the bottom of the card I covered with this little stripe paper. I just sort of used this section right here. And the top of the card, I used this great little wreath section. So I glued it down first like this, and then I glued the stripe paper right over it like that. So it sort of gave a little arch effect. And then this great little Tea for Two set has this beautiful blue border, which I just placed right over that. And then I took the little scraps from the paper from the corners here and then just put my little teapot right over that paper, and then was able to just take my little tiny scissors and cut around that. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about that in a minute. And then for my teacups, there is a single teacup here, and then there is a set of 4. So what I did was I took the set of 4 because I wanted to use the Tea for Two. Okay. I just cut away the top portion of those, and so you could have as many teacups as you want for your little collection. I wanted 2 there. Then I took some little heart dazzles and stuck those right in there. Let's see, what else can I show you? Yes, and I also wanted to add a little purple bow to this. So this is from our purple ribbon collection, which you can see down below our video here at Paper Wishes. If you're watching us on YouTube, first of all, I would suggest and ask you and suggest if you could subscribe. It really helps people find our channel. And you can also find the link to this video, to Paper Wishes, below the description box, or in the description box below the video. There we go. I'm going to put that right there. And I'm also using Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue, our favorite glue here. There we go. So that's one card down. All right. So for this next one, I use these little adorable bees and cute little ladybugs. Aren't those sweet? So for my 5 by 6.5 inch card, I used the Dotted Duo paper pack. This is Dotted Duo's number 3, and in it there's a really nice black dot and a yellow dot. So as you can see here, I used the black at the bottom. That's probably 1.5 inches there, and then for the rest of the card I covered that with a yellow dot. And then I used 12 circle and scallops cutting dies, which you can also see down below the video for the link to that. And I cut a black scalloped circle and then a white circle, and just I like to do that because then it gives me this nice space for adding my little stickers here, but also because when I'm coloring them in with my tri-blend markers, because these are alcohol markers, they would bleed through if I just put them on the card front. So this way I've got lots of layers of paper there. They're not going to bleed through at all. So what I did is once I placed my little bee stickers, I took the darkest shade of yellow on this citrus blend, okay? And I colored sort of every other stripe yellow on those. And then this is a black, this is the classic black Spectrum Noir marker. It's a chisel tip and a fine point. And I did the same with that, just coloring it in every other stripe black. And then I've got this clear glitter pen. Oops, come on. There we go. And for this one, maybe we can zoom in a little bit on this, Steve. For this one, I just added a little bit of clear glitter to all of the little wings. Thinking, what are those called? The wings on our little bees. So they just have a little bit of shimmer on them. I'm not sure if we can catch that. There we go. A little bit of shimmer on those wings all around our little You're Beautiful. And then I placed a little border here, and I'll show you where I got that. This is the 96 Fancy Border Dazzle sticker collection, and they've got all these like nice primary colors here, but they've also, not primary colors, they're sort of basic colors, black, white, silver, gold. And I took from the white one, I took this nice thick sort of lacy one, if you can see that right there. There we go. And I added that right across that paper seam. And then in every one of those little scallops, every other one, I placed a little ladybug. And then I took this dark red Spectre Noir pen, and I took the darkest shade, and I just went and added just a dot, because these little circles have holes in them on the little ladybugs. So when they're up against the white vinyl, they had white dots on them. So I colored those little white dots red. And then I added this little cluster of yellow flowers. This is Rustic Blooms Marigold. It has 2 shades of yellow. I used this lighter shade. These are by 49 Market, and I just love this little collection. So I added a collection of 3 there with some leaves, and then took one of these larger bees and put that on some white cardstock, and then very carefully cut around that, and then just colored it in the same way. And then just glued that right on the top. So fun and easy card to put together. All right, for this next one, this collection of Dazzles is meant to coordinate with our Foggy Forest collection. And the Foggy Forest comes in 12 by 12, but I used the 6 by 6 pattern cardstock. It's fantastic. It's got all these little scenes on it. And I don't know if you can tell, but I used this little one right there. And then I also used the coordinating cardstock, okay, because it's got these wonderful little trees right here. And what I did is I just peeled off those trees and put them on a little bit of that green cardstock, and then I just sort of tore around them so I could get the shape of a tree line. And I should mention what card I used here. This is a side step card. They're already die cut and folded, and they have envelopes with them, and you get 5 in a set here. They're by Hot Off the Press. We carry them, of course, at Paper Wishes, and the link is down below for that. And then if you have a die cutting machine, we have the same card. This is the side step card cutting die, and it's just under 6 inches wide, so it'll fit through like a smaller 6-inch wide platform like a Big Shot or a Gemini Junior. Fits through perfectly for that. So what I did was, on the inside of this package, there is a pattern right here. You can trace this and cut it out, and it will give you a pattern for just cutting this shape out very easily, as well as these little side step patterns. So I use that to cut this out, and then I've got my little, I guess that's an elk, and we've got our little squirrel and our little hawks and our geese and things up here, and this little moon, I took that and backed that with a little bit of blue paper from the Foggy Forest solid cardstock, and it all came together very nicely. You know? All right, and for this last card, I wanted to show you the rest of these Dazzles are, we've got these glittery leaves and stems, and then we've got all of these different flower blossoms, some hydrangeas, some tulips, and these are called wind flowers, and I think that's an anemone flower. If I haven't pronounced that right, please correct me in the comments. For that one, I want to show you how to do a little bouquet using all these flowers. All right, so here we go. This is what I have come up with. I've used all my stems, and I've placed some of the flowers and stems directly on this oval, and others I've layered with cardstock. So I have come prepared to show you how to do that little technique. But first of all, I took my 5 by 6.5 inch card, and I cut 2.5 inches away from the card front, okay? And then I covered it with paper from the 12 by 12 Lilacs in Bloom paper pack. And there's a great paper there that has a border on both sides. So I glued the back of my card has the border with one side, and then I glued the border here on this side. Then I use the solid color coordinating cardstock with the 12 oval and scallop cutting dies to cut out my 2 ovals. And I use the 2 largest size, okay? So let's start by kind of putting together our flowers here. I'm going to use my little pokey tool, and I love to link all my adhesives and tools and everything down below in our products used as well. So I'm going to use some of these that I've already started using here. So here we've got our stems, and what I did was I just kind of started with the pokey tool, and I'm putting them sort of in a collection like a little bouquet. And I start off with my stems first, just like this. And once I get about 3 of those on there, then I start adding the blossoms. Oops, that one broke off, but that's okay. We're really just using the stem part. All right, so now we have got, use the ones that I've already started with here. All right, now I'm going to use one of these purple ones, just like this. And I'm using my little pokey tool to kind of help me pry this up because it's got lots of little details that can rip if you're not careful. Put that one right there. And then I've got our little tulips, and I've got all these great little sprigs and things like that. We're going to take one of these sprigs. Going to kind of put that over here. I like to have it sort of extend off the edge of the oval. There we go. All right, so we've got that started, and now I've taken some of these other pieces and I've just placed those on a little piece of cardstock, little white cardstock. It could actually be colored cardstock as well. And what I did with these is I just took like one of these little hydrangea blossoms. I'm going to put down that outline, and then I'm just taking the little inside pieces because I want to use those to color my blossom instead of using a marker or anything. Still using that pokey tool just to kind of pull those up. There we go, and then there's that little centerpiece. There we go. And then once I've got that done, I'm just going to take my little scissors and I'm just cutting close to the edge. Just like that. And just cutting all around that until I have flower. All right. So now, some of these have foam tape on the bottom of them, on the back of them, and some do not. So I'm going to take the foam tape ones, and then others I'm going to glue. And just put that right there. Whoops, glue did not want to stick on that. I missed that. There we go. That, and so we're just making this little cluster, just like that. And then I go back to my leaves, or my stems and leaves, and I'm just adding, filling in some area. There we go. With some little sprigs, just kind of tucking those in. Like that. You're just kind of building that up as you go. And then there's another nice little area right here where we could take another large blossom. Put that right there. Take another stem. Sort of fill that in. Just like that. And then when you get to that point, you can just add your little bow there. So we're going to return to my original card. I'm going to put a couple of dots of glue right here. right there. Place that right there. As you can see, I've added the friendship word that is from the little hydrangea set. And then I can take a little bow, so it looks like a little bouquet with a little fancy bow on it, right there. And then I've got the butterflies from our sheet of butterfly dazzles here. And I've just put those on some white cardstock. Use my little scissors to cut around them. And then I used the lavender blend marker to color those in. And what I'm going to do is just place those around the card. I'm going to put this one, so this is going to be on the card back. So when you open the card, it'll be like that. And then you can kind of fold these, oops, to give them a little bit of dimension. I'm just putting glue at the, on the body. That right there, so they'll stand up a little bit. Oops. Lots of oopses flying around, stuff's going everywhere. Just like that. There you go. Came together. So you guys, we have got a fantastic money saver. Oh wait, Lene, don't forget to tell them about the never before seen Dazzle stickers. This is a separate collection that we have that I will link down below. And this one has all the stickers that I just showed you, but they're also in other finishes as well. So here you've got the hydrangeas. Instead of being the blue mirror, it's got the blue sparkle. It's got a really beautiful lavender. We've got the tulips in red, and then in sort of a different shade of lavender. We've got the foggy forest animals in brown and sort of a coppery color. These are not even in the ones I just showed you. These are the nesting place in brown and blue. Now here are the same bees and ladybugs. And then you've got the leaves in two shades, and we've got the teacups in the same color, and then we've got them in gold as well. And then the butterflies, we've got these in blue and pink and a beautiful gold pearl finish, you guys. So check for that in the list down below if you want even more of those designs. So as I said, we've got a great money saver. It's over on the right hand side, so check that out. And if you're interested in purchasing these sheets of Dazzles individually, look down in the products used and you can do that, as well as all the paper and the adhesives and the cards. You can check all that out, you guys. And if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe, because we do 3 to 5 of these videos a week. We wouldn't want you to miss any. And if you're looking for the link to everything you've just seen, look below the video in the description box. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.